The sun has blazed my shoulders, it's hanging my shadow from the vagaries of my past. It's a story that's so familiar to anyone who's seen and done the same. So I'll explain how with a sense of avarice I walk forward towards my life. I could walk through every wall. I was 6 feet tall, outstripped them all, but I always wanted more. With the lies of the women are well to burn, but the rules don't apply to some. I did too much, it sparked a flame and the world fired it up. But I'm on my way, withering from the flames, and I can't complain, for I'm a son of avarice. I just wish I gripped the brakes, reverse the gears, now blow my tank. Oh yeah. There's no place, no life to feel. What I wouldn't do to see that smile once again. Oh yeah. I'm a son of avarice. But I'm on my way, withering from the flames, and I can't complain, for I'm a son of avarice. I'm a son of avarice. The sun has blazed my shoulders, it's hanging my shadow from the rope around my greed. I'm asking, please remember, what you want isn't always what you need. Said a lie would understate my case. I hold my tongue, I know I'd say something I regret. Don't blame me, just strike the match and walk away. Let me hit it, I've seen better days. Don't lay down, take it on your tail, and tell me that you want it, you want it, you want it, you want it. Don't lay down, take it on your tail, and tell me that you want it, you want it, you said you want it. If you bring the fuel, I'll bring the flames, and set it off, not what you want, I'm what you need. Just strike the match and let it take. Let me light a lady blaze. So lay down, take it on yourself, and tell me that you want it, you want it, you want it, you want it. So lay down, take it on yourself, and tell me that you want it, you want it, you said you want it.
Tired, I just feel the pressure of the thing that I have in mind. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I cannot just sit for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I knew that would be mine. When the windows are all closed, like a picture of the time when the future is the whole you're looking for.
Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something I can make in another day. 'Cause I'm falling down, fading away. 'Cause I'm falling down. This is what I know, I just keep running. I was working fast and hard, never thinking about now. Believing I'm happy thanks to all the things that I have to try. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I cannot just
know why I have to worry. Still don't know why I'm in a hurry. Why do we need to care about it so much? Nothing to guide me. Say can't out to see you wasting your time. Instead of leaving looking for a sign. You know that the time is running out. You just have to find me. I'm nothing to believe in. Try not to think about the end. I'm not afraid and I know we rise from dust before it ashes. I'm not the one who needs some help. Jump in the dark
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Native Cruise presenting you semifinal Calanda BRONCOS, Parma Panthers, Central European Football League, CEFL, live in Chur. As you may already saw in our chat on YouTube, we gotta provide you the stream in English language today. Anche parlare un poco italiano per nostri amici italiani, but the stream will mostly be in English. If you get any questions about players regarding to anything we might could answer, feel free to type your words, type your questions into our chat box. We expect a pretty nice game today. Could be a pretty hard game, especially for the Broncos. They have a couple players that are already injured during the season. Sadly, I didn't got a lot of information about the Parma Panthers before the game, but they have a pretty full roster. There are a couple players to mention that are above 50 years old. Actually, 3 players on the roster have reached age 50 1 or 2 years ago. And we gotta be live for the entrance for the Parma Panthers. It's number 52. Probably their captain, Sergio Leone, is entering the field with a Parma Panther sign, play like a Panther. All white uniforms with these silver numbers. Sometimes it's a little hard to see the numbers, just to let you know if I don't see the number immediately on a play. I try to let you know after which player has earned his own highlight. But white uniforms are always nice. It's kind of Italian style, we can say. Pretty big coaching staff for the Panthers here in Chur. And if it's got a little noisy now, these are the Broncos fans, probably one of the most noise-making fan bases, not just in Switzerland, maybe in whole Europe. They fill the whole stadium with drum noise, and they just found out one game ago that if they stamp with their feet on these metal boards on this temporary stand here, it makes a lot of noise too. So if you cannot understand me for a couple seconds, that might be the Broncos fans that making their team crazy to enter. After the entrance of the Broncos, for sure we will have the national anthem both of Italy and Switzerland. Try to stay as quiet as possible during that time to honor these two countries. As I said, semi-final, so one game away from the final. On the other game, the Schwäbisch Hall played the Paris Flash, and it was 14-7 a couple minutes ago. So Schwäbisch Hall was leading, the Unicorns were leading 14-7. We got to keep you updated during the stream on that game too. For the Broncos, it's Carlos Chiquera, running back, that is coming in with the flag. Melvin Sussy, number 30. And as far as I see, number 84 with the smoke, Kaya Zinsley. He joined the crew a couple games ago. Made the receiver core a little bit bigger. As I said, national anthem will follow. And we gotta wait until the anthems are done.
To pick up a huge gain, that's Mahmoudi.
Tackles made by number 33, Rafael Gardoni.
One of the backup corners that comes in if the Unicorns are in a nickel package.
Yeah. Obviously on a 3rd and 9 type situation there, you're going to bring in another defensive back, another corner. but the Flash were still able to find success and get the first down.
There are native Italian speakers on the system, native German speakers, native French speakers, so well, that was kind of goosebumping atmosphere here when the Italian national anthem was played. Polo, I hope. Background noises, you should not. If so, well, it's actually hard to change. I cannot shut down the whole crowd here. So there will be a lot of noise when the Broncos defense is on the field for sure. There are a couple Parma fans here in Chur 2. They joined us here in the nice temporary stands and temporary tribune. I'm making this a football festival. This tribune was never as full as it is today. So quite about 500 people in here watching that semifinal. Captain for the Parma Panthers, the only captain, number 71. I do not have him on the roster actually. Probably has another number on my roster. So if you know who is number 71 from the Panthers, just write it to our YouTube chat or send us a DM on Facebook or Instagram and I can add that to my roster. On the Broncos, number 20, Marco Rex Maurer. He is middle linebacker, captain for years. Number 3, Maxwell Gray. He is one of the 2 American import players for the Calanda Broncos, playing both sides of the ball. We have number 50, Daniel Hannemann, playing for the Broncos for a couple of years too. And we have number 92, Elliot Tempini, defensive tackle, playing since a couple of years too for the Broncos, going for that coin toss. Looks like the Panthers have won the coin toss and declined, so the Broncos can choose either they want to kick the ball or receive the ball. I'm pretty sure they're going to receive the ball. So the Panthers choose to kick towards the Calanda Mountain in the back of the stadium here in Chur. You probably cannot see it on the picture because it's hard to capture a mountain when you are on the stands that are covered. But if you ever were in Chur, you know that the mountain from Chur, the Calanda Mountain. So that means the Calanda Broncos will get the ball first. So the offense for the Broncos will have the first opportunity in a couple minutes to see what they can. The Broncos reactivated a couple former players like Tino Mukwiller, number 21. He's well known in Switzerland as a running back. He's playing for like 25 years, 30 years of football. Reaching age 40 in a couple of years too, like in 3 years. We have Moritz Boller. He's playing receiver for the Broncos now. He used to be the receiver coach for the Broncos, but is back in plastic. Not just for that game. You have Nate Falberius. He used to be one of the guys up in the stands. Tactical coach, defensive coach for the Broncos. He's on the field too with number 35. So a couple new players. Probably Parma has not seen on video. So this could be a huge advantage for the Broncos. Back there is Max Gray and Brecht de Bozere, running back from Belgium for the Broncos. Kicker on the Panthers is number 10. It's Taylor Thorpe. He's also playing quarterback. As far as my roster is right. So as I said, if you have like a game day roster or something that are numbers that are matching with the names of the players, I'm pretty sure we can add that to the stream. Kick into the end zone, so touchback to the 25-yard line. Panthers looks like they're playing a four-man defensive line. Broncos with one of their standard formations, so two receivers to the left, one to the right. Panthers with it's not unbalanced line, it's a four-man defensive line, two defensive ends, two defensive tackles. First play. There's a pass right through the middle. Eric Raguet is getting the ball, and he's going until the 30-yard line of the Panthers. Very nice play to start off that game. Very surprising play. Haven't seen that this season from the Broncos. So this was some kind of tight end pass. There's a flag on the field. It might be a personal foul because of you have a block in the bag against the Broncos, a 10-yard penalty. It remains first down. But they get it pushed back to their own 35 instead of the 30-yard line of the Panthers. I haven't seen it on the play, so it could not be that necessary because Eric Raguet was running with the ball pretty fast. Again, standard formation. Two receiver to the right, one to the left. Some kind of wing back, tight end, and a running back in the backfield. Panthers with a four-man defensive line. Run to the left with Brecht de Bozer as far as I see, but there's a very quick tackle. He slept a little. He lost about 2 yards in that play, so it's a tackle for loss for the Parma Panthers. Second down, about 12 yards to go. Looks like there's a player down for the Panthers. The physio doctor is coming too. So it's number 1, Kevin Grayson. He is listed as a receiver on my roster with an American passport. Played for the University of Richmond. So it looks like I do not have the actual roster with the numbers. So as I said, if you have some kind of information about the roster from the Panthers, just let me know. Just send us a DM. Just send us, even here in the chat. Second and 12. Two safety formation. Run from Brecht de Bozer right up the middle, cutting back to the right side of his offensive line. could get tackled at about the line of scrimmage, like the first down, not the first down line, but the previous line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 10 right now. Might be a passing down for the Broncos. Triple receiver set to the right. Pass caught from, looks like Morris Bowler. He is on the 50-yard line. 50-yard line means first down for the Calanda Broncos. Very well executed play, as you see in the replay. He had some kind of stop route. And right on the first down line, he's a very experienced receiver, like almost not 40 years old, but in the mid-30s. Very experienced. Trips to the left. There's a lot of space for Max Gray. He's running towards the sideline to avoid the tackle as good as he can. He's like on the 17, 18-yard line off the Panthers right now. Very nice pass. Was a cross route all across the field from Max Gray. Actually, it was a stop route. I'm sorry. So it was some kind of hitch he played, and then he found some grass. He found some open space to run. Max Gray used to play football as a receiver in college. He got switched to defensive back here in Chur. There was pressure from the outside. Chase Andrews taking the ball by himself. Has a lot of space, about 7, 8 yards to run by himself. Chase Andrews actually, he's a running, like not a running quarterback, but he can run as good as he can throw. The expectations before the season, when you saw the tape, he was running a lot in college, but he didn't it in the championship right now in Switzerland, and he didn't it in CFL games that much. He showed his quality. I'm pretty sure we got to see some Chase Andrews on the ground today too. Hard count from the Broncos, trying to fool the Parma defense. 2nd and 3 about. Power play, option play. Run outside from Brecht de Bozere. Getting tackle from the American linebacker from the Panthers. We have like 2 kind of rosters. Maybe the roster our stadium speaker has is a little more actual than the one we have. But we got to figure out that. So as we said, just let us know. American passes to American, yeah. Because, no, not every Swiss player, but a couple Swiss players will probably break their fingers if they get balls from Chase Andrews. Oh, very nice play. Quarterback draw. It was a designed quarterback run through the middle. The snap was a little bit high. Very nice cut block to the defensive tackle. He got like 2-3 yards. So it's 2nd and goal for the Broncos. They're already at 5-yard line off the Parma Panthers. And the Parma fans are cheering on their defense. Trying to make some noise for them. Little motion from the running back, so empty backfield. But this does not mean that it's not a run, because as we said, Chase Andrews can run. It was not a lot of gain he made. It was about 1 yard. Ryan Wynn, thank you very much. Chase looking great. Yes. His receiver core got a little update in the last couple weeks, so he has some experienced receiver back from the past, played for the Broncos or were in the Broncos coaching staff, so they had to figure out a little his receivers, and as he said, on the field, he is very, very quick. It's 3rd and 5, 3rd and goal to the end zone. Chase Andrews with the pitch to the right side. This is a play the Broncos showed a couple times on the last game, so the Parma Panthers defense looks like they're prepared to that option play, to that pitch back to the running back. They actually made a tackle for loss for about like 5 yards, 4 yards to the back, so the 4th down and 4th and goal, 8 yards to go. Looks like the Broncos are sending their field goal team. So they want to take their 3 points on their first drive. Eric Raguet, the kicker. Ball is pretty high, pretty wide, and the referee is doing the sign. So 3-0, 3-0. First lead for the Calanda Broncos here on their first offensive drive. Very well executed from the defense. They're reacting pretty quickly to the snaps. Defensive line is doing a lot of pressure. Now let's see what the offense of the Panthers has in stock. What do you think? You got to win the game today. You got any suggestions about the score? Just let us know in the chat. Just interact a little with us. I try to answer as many questions as I can. As you see in the picture, Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns are still leading 14-7. That game started 1 hour and 10 minutes ago, so they're not almost done, but they're in the middle of their game right now. Here we have about 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Eric Raguet, number 6 from the Calanda Broncos, is also the place kicker for the Broncos. He's doing the kickoffs in the season usually. They have a pretty good backup actually from the juniors program of the Broncos, who's dressed also today, was the kicker on the last CFL game here in Chur. Noah Bachhoven, the under 19. They had a game today too from the Broncos. I think they won. They were up 24-7, I think, in the halftime. Even without the leaders of that team, like 2 of them at least, what I saw on pregame. So looks like an international games. The ball, the touchback is on the 20-yard line. Okay, I have not recognized that on the first drive from the Broncos. Outside screen. The receiver number, I think it's 19. Yes. On my list is Stefano De Giovanni, but he's listed as defensive back. So probably my roster, I can't forget. I'll try to figure out that in halftime that we can get an actual roster from that game today for you guys. As you hear, maybe the noise is getting big in the stadium here. 2nd and short for the Parma Panthers. Quarterback keeper to the left, bouncing out and then running out of a sideline. Getting the first down with a huge run play until the Broncos 37-yard line, almost. First down Panthers. Shift or power back through the middle. Whitehead is already teaching players talk to. I like when referees do that. Like first talk to a guy and say, okay, we saw what you did. It's not like you should behave, but for now it's okay. Just have an eye on and don't do it again. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Motion play. Running play up through the middle. Tackle. Short to the first down. So this is a pretty important down now for both, for offense and the defense. The defense wants to stop. However, that offensive line of the Panthers is pretty big, so a 1-yard run should be an option here. And run through the middle. Yes, Clyde, this is not untrue. On a 3-man front, it's pretty hard to defend a run. This is right. I don't know what's the idea behind playing that 3-man front all season long and like over and over again, because yeah, running through the middle is a pretty good way to get a 3-man defensive line in trouble. Even if you got good middle linebackers in the in and outside, so pretty hard. And it opens you the pass lane, so pass to the left now. Looks like first down is reached, first down line. So yes, first down, Parma Panthers. No, it's second down actually. They didn't move the chain yet. So, like on a second and short, you can risk something because you don't necessarily need the first down yet. Sweep, jet sweep, some kind of jet sweep run through the middle, and hard to tackle. This guy's hard to tackle. It's like the American linebacker is also playing running back. May some of you Italian fans, Parma fans, can let me know who is number 42. Probably recognize him by playing style. It's for sure hard to tackle. So first and goal on the 4-yard line, the 3-yard line of the Broncos. Now with the run off the quarterback to the end zone, touchdown Panthers. Very nice drive off the very nice first drive from the Parma Panthers offense here. Broncos defense wasn't able to stop most of the run of the Panthers offense. So how long can you run through the middle? This is the question here. When will the Broncos be able to stop that run through the middle from the Parma offense? On the other side of the ball, the Broncos had some pretty nice passes and also runs. Not just from the quarterback, so PAT now, left foot kicker, and this ball is in the woods. Looks like it's good. So we have a 7-3 lead for the Parma Panthers here in Chur. Kickoff Panthers will follow. Broncos will receive. Very nice drives of both offenses. The Calanda Broncos were stopped a little because of a block in the back on their very nice short pass to Eric Regat. But then Max Gray had a pretty good opportunity to run almost all over the field, got pushed out the sideline. In Parma Panthers zone, Parma Panthers half of the field. And the Parma Panthers now with some decent runs from number 42, mostly up to the middle. Panthers kickoff again. Most likely a touchback. Yes, that ball through the end zone, hitting the square bar off the field goal. So pretty decent kick here from the Parma Panthers. Giving the ball to Broncos. And also most likely the 20-yard line, yes. I didn't knew about, honestly, I didn't knew about that like difference in the rules, because Switzerland is ruled mostly by NCAA rules, and then a kickoff is pushed back to the 25-yard, and a punt, not a kickback, touchback after punt is put it on the 20-yard line, but also kickoffs are put it on the 20-yard line here. So Run up to the right, break the Bozer, found some field here. Tries to cut back to the middle, got tackled on about the 44-yard line of the Calanda Broncos. Very nice, decent run, about 22 yards up through the middle. Very well executed blocks from the offensive line, very well read from Brecht de Bozer, the running back. First down Broncos. Trips formation to the left for the Broncos, one receiver to the right, one running back in the backfield. Max Gray's getting the ball. It's getting away from 2 tackles, but then get tackled on the 40-yard line of the Panthers. So Broncos again already in Panthers territory on the 39-yard line. Left hash. If you look at from the Broncos side, Stefan Hanold got on the field. He got exchanged with Eric Leggett, one of the running back duos we have. Stefan Hanold, pretty hard runner, more than 100 kilograms of speed that is coming towards you if he runs, and he is also a great blocker. Nice pass to the left of the field. Max Gray again, getting the first down for the Calanda Broncos. Looks like he's on fire. He hasn't played for a couple games because of a back injury, but I saw him yesterday quickly, and he said all is okay. I'm gonna play my ass off and just play football, enjoy football. He's pretty happy to be back on the field, even playing on both sides of the ball. He got replaced now from Melvin Sussy, number 30. There is a speed option or a speed sweep played with him sometimes. Ooh, fumble. That was a little mistake on a handoff. Lucky play. Brecht de Bozer, they couldn't handle that ball pretty well after the handoff from Chase Andrews. So the option would have been to give Melvin Sussy the ball and let him run that jet sweep. So that means 2nd and 14, 15 right now. 14 actually for the Calanda Broncos. Stadium is pretty quiet when the Broncos offense is on the field, so very nice protection from the offensive line. Very nice ball. Oh, a little bit overthrown. Chase Andrews to Max Gray. He was like wide open, almost very close to the end zone. Well, Clyde Foster, sorry. The local heroes are for sure the offensive line, because every player is playing for the Broncos since 10 or more years, is even raised and born in Switzerland or playing for 10 and more years on the Broncos organization. So these are for sure the local heroes here to mention on. And there's a pretty heavy load on the American players because the Broncos just have 2 players. So 2 American players, and Swiss League is only allowed to have 2 players on the roster, 1 on the field at the same time. And that means the American quarterback and the American receiver will for sure have a lot of connection today. 3rd and 14. There is a little correction on the clock, so it's 1 minute 05 left in that first quarter. Parma PANTHERS leading with 7-3 after a really nice offensive drive. That ball is a little overthrown. Not just a little, maybe. It was overthrown. So it's 4th down now for the Broncos. It's 4th and 14 on the 28-yard line of the Panthers. So that most likely will not be a punt, even if Chase Andrews is also the punter for the Broncos. You have a trips formation to the right, 3 receiver right, 1 to the left, running back in the backfield. Broncos need 14 yards for a first down. And this is an interception. This is actually not a smart play, but it's okay. I'm fine with that, because if he would have knocked down the ball, he would gain about like 5 yards more for his team. But if you can pick an American quarterback, do it. Just do it. On a 4th down situation, as a smart DB, you know that you should not pick off. it would be in a turnover and downs. Now it's an interception. The Parma Panthers getting the ball on their own 24-yard line. So the defense of the Parma Panthers took advantage of their pressure, heavy pressure they brought to the Calanda BRONCOS offense. Outside run from the quarterback is a kind of keeper, but this was a tackle for loss too, so I do not know if that should be called a sack, but it's a tackle for loss for the Broncos defense. He slipped on the ground, so 2nd and 11. The Panthers with first team timeout taken, close to the first change of field sides because it's 12 seconds, almost a little more than 12 seconds left on the first quarter. So Burma took their first team timeout, maybe to fix something they saw on defense from the Broncos they want to have to talk to about. The Broncos defense taking this opportunity to make their thing straight too. Try to keep the pace on and react to these runs, either from the quarterback or the running back. Stack formation on the receiver side of the Panthers. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back in the backfield, tight end. On the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers behind each other on the left side of the line. So see it. Motion play. And quick screen pass. This ball was on the ground, yes. So this is, either he was on the ground or the ball was on the ground. So they rule it as the receiver was with his knee on the ground. So this is a major difference between college football rules and NFL rules. If you have your knee down, you're tackled by rule. So you're not allowed to run anymore. So this was actually a pass for minus yards. So we have the first side change in this game. The Calanda BRONCOS are behind 3-7, trying to stop the Parma Panthers offense. They're coming with a 3rd and 14 from their own 21-yard line. So very well executed from the Broncos defense so far. Also very well executed from the Panthers defense on the Broncos offensive drive before. They were able to stop the 4th down, even pick Chase Henry's with an interception. And the Broncos fans will do some noise. Hard count from the Panthers, so they're trying to fool the Broncos defense as the Broncos try to fool the Panthers defense on that first drive. Trips to the right, there was a push, yes, there was a huge holding on the offensive line. They probably declined that penalty to take the 4th down. And the holding on offense. That happens sometime. It was the right guard as far as I saw. Couldn't handle the right guard. The right guard couldn't handle the linebacker that showed up on the line, showed some pressure. Broncos got to decline the penalty. So Panthers have now 4 down. They have to punt. It's actually the first punt of that game. As far as a punt will happen. Max Gray is back for the Broncos to return that ball. Broncos defense again is doing huge noise in here. A little bit of higher snap. Matt Tano almost got a hand on that ball. Ball is bouncing pretty lucky for the Panthers. Well, then it turned. And the Panthers secured the ball on the 32-yard line of the Calanda Broncos. 33 actually, so there will be first down for the Broncos offense. So both defenses, very well executed drives from both sides of the ball. The Broncos had some kind of offensive drive before, but the Panthers defense was able to stop them. The Panthers offense now had a 3 and out with that huge holding penalty. At the third down, the Broncos declined. And the Panthers then had to play the 4th down from their own half and made a pretty nice punt to the 33, almost 33-yard line of the Calanda Broncos. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. And that's an option play. Chase Andrews taking off by himself. Getting about 5 yards on that first down play. So 2nd and 5, pretty manageable distance. Second down Broncos. Jeff Buffum, head coach and also offensive coordinator for the Calanda Broncos. He's a coaching maniac, probably one of the best coaches in Europe when it comes down to tactics. I'm pretty sure he has something in his back pocket. Blitz from the Panthers. Brecht de Bozere taking off to the left. Getting tackled short to the first down, I think. Let's see where the refs will spot that ball. It wasn't enough for a first down, but it's like 3rd and maybe feet, 30 centimeters, something like that. Also manageable down, manageable distance. Depends a little on the play the Broncos are choosing and how much pressure the Panthers will bring. Chase Andrews, he is now on his feet, and his feet are very fast. He is running out of bounds on the 20-yard line off the Parma Panthers. So that was about a like 25 to 30-yard run from Chase Andrews. Very, very nice, very well executed. As you see on the replay, pulling guard takes down the defensive end, and then there is a lot of space around there to get it until the 21-yard line of the Parma Panthers. First and 10. Broncos playing with a 2 tight end set. One receiver left, one right, running back in the backfield. Timeout taken from the Calanda Broncos. First team timeout taken. So both teams have 2 timeouts left on that first half. It's a little more than 10 minutes to play on that second quarter. Parma Panthers already ready to play their next defensive snap. Broncos offense needs some more advice from the head coach, Jeff Buffum. So now we have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. We have 1 tight end on the right side, and we have a running back in the backfield. So a little motion or shift before the play. And then there was a handoff fake. This ball was thrown a little bit outside. Could have been catched by the receiver of the Calanda Broncos for Padroon. Very well executed play. Also very well defended. I'm not even sure the DB got a little hand on. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel, on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram channel, Facebook channel, Everything you like means a lot for us. This is why we are doing it. 2nd and 10, Calanda Broncos. A lot of pressure from the left side, from the blind side of Chase Andrews. Andrew Mattis, the left tackle, 40-something years old for the Calanda Broncos, playing a lot of years here. Couldn't handle his defensive end very well. So that was a hit from the blind side for Chase Andrews. This is not what you want as a quarterback, because your blind side is, that's why it's called the blind side. That's the side you don't care about blocking, especially if you have a reliable tackle like Andrew Mattis. Well, on the last play, he got beaten by the defensive end for one time, so let's see on the next play. Looks like a counter play. Chase Andrews bouncing outside, again bouncing outside, and there was a little push in the back from receiver number 1 from the Broncos. I'm not sure the refs saw that or will they didn't throw a flag on that, so they think that was okay. And Chase Andrews has done it onto the like 21, 2, 3 yard line, so 4th and 13, 4th and 12 for the Broncos. Again, 4th down situation. As on the drive before, still on a manageable distance and not in a punting distance. And there is a lot of pressure from the left side and the right side of the offensive line. The defensive line of the Parma Panthers is doing hell of a job putting pressure on Chase Andrews immediately after the snap. So turnover and downs. Broncos got stopped again from the Parma defense. I would not call it a defensive battle right now, but the defenses are probably the key today for that game. So this was very, very important for the Parma Panthers to stop the offense from the Broncos again and not getting them into their own end zone. Actually, the Broncos weren't in the end zone from the Panthers yet. It's a 7-3 lead for the Panthers. Run through the middle and very well execute the blitz from Sylvan Kasut, middle linebacker of the Calanda Broncos, who rushed inside to the left guard. Very well executed. He stepped to the right first and then came inside and was able to make the tackle in the backfield of the Parma Panthers offense. So it's 2nd and 12 now. Running through the middle. Stopping the run through the middle, as we mentioned before, maybe the key. I'm pretty sure the Parma Panthers offense has other things in stock than just doing inside runs. That was some kind of, I would not call it weird, but some kind of unusual throw try from the quarterback. So it looks like it was an incomplete pass. 3rd down, 12 yards to go for the Parma Panthers. August fans are cheering the offense and the defense again as loud as they can and trying to disturb Panthers offense. Oh, bad snap on the ground, but still a lot of time for the quarterback here, who's running towards the sideline. Getting tackled from Elliot Tempini late on that play. He couldn't made a lot of yards, actually just one. So it's 4th down already again for the Parma Panthers offense. So the Broncos shut down the Parma Panthers offense twice in a row with a 4th down and forced them to punt. The Calanda Broncos had 2 of like not bad drives, but then got stopped on 2 4th down plays too. So who will be the next team on the scoreboard? Max Gray back again for the Calanda Broncos to take that punt. Pretty high, very, very long hang time. And then Max Gray chooses to fool to the left, to the right. And there was probably another block in the back on that play from number 80, Remedi Parolini from the Calanda BRONCOS. I'm not sure it was in the back, but maybe you can rule like this. Actually, it's more the question, was it a block in the back or was it attacking a defenseless player? Like, is it a personal foul or is it just a block in the back? A block in the back is a 10-yard penalty, and a personal foul would be in a 15 yards, so there are 5 yards differences. And we'll see what refs make for a decision. So we have a block in the back against Calanda BRONCOS. This penalty is declined. Then was another block in the back. This penalty is enforced, 10 yards. So the Broncos start their next drive on their own 19-yard line. Sometimes, if you would know it before the play, it would be smarter to just wave your hand and taking the fair catch signal. But if you know Max Gray and know his motor and his passion of football, you know he want to go for every ball as much as he can. Broncos with 2 receiver left, 1 to the right. Run from Chase Andrews to the middle. He pulled the ball, didn't get the handoff to Stefan Hanold, the running back. So there was no gain on that play, so it remains 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Nice pass to the left, 2 flags on the play. That might be an illegal hands to the face penalty. Let's see what the refs saw here. Actually, if you have 2 flags on the play for the same foul, there's no discussion about if it was a foul. But sometimes we just not see in the game. We have a personal foul, face mask against the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty with an automatic 1st down, so this is a pretty hard foul against the defense from the Parma Panthers. That will be enforced from the previous spot from the line of scrimmage. That means it's 15 yards from the 19-yard line, so they should end up on about the 34-yard line now. And it's an automatic 1st down. Always 15 yards penalty are always an automatic 1st down too. And this is actually pretty hard against the defense from the Panthers. So the Broncos now with a new 1st down. Run through the middle with Stefan Hanold, and there is a flag late on the play. There was no gain actually on the play. So let's see what the call from the Whitehead is. It's a holding against the offense, so it's a 10-yard penalty. 10 yards back, it remains 1st down, actually. But now they got a 1st and 19 about for another 1st down. Trips to the right for the Broncos. This ball is thrown to Max Gray, and he can get that ball out of the air, avoid 1 tackle, and then stepping out of bounds just to make sure that he will not get too much contact. Pretty long game ahead for Max. Still almost 6 minutes until halftime. I'm playing both sides of the field. Mostly on offense today. So the Broncos are not playing with any American imports on the defensive side of the ball as far as now. Not as much as they would like to. Second down, about 7 yards to go. Motion from X Gray, and he's wide open on that play. Heading out of bounds again for the first down of the Calanda Broncos. Now with a pretty decent run game, as the Broncos showed before, you should be able to go to exactly these short passes, because the defense has to put pressure on the line and has to bring up the linebackers maybe a half a yard closer to the offensive line to avoid these runs. And this opens spots like this when you go in motion outside. And if you do not cover Max Gray, I'm pretty sure you get every ball throwing in his body frame somehow. Hard count from the Broncos. Chase Henry is giving a call to his offensive line. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. There is a timeout from the sideline from the Calanda Broncos. So most likely Jeff Buffin, the head coach and OC of the Calanda Broncos, saw something he didn't like on that defense for that specific play. Or he saw something on defense he wanted to take advantage of. To maybe go on a first down play deep to the end zone, or doing some other fancy stuff. Thanks a lot to, first of all, to the sponsors of the Calanda Broncos, and also to our channel subscribers. You can subscribe our channel and just support us on a monthly little fee to keep us doing live streams for you, not just for the Calanda Broncos, also for other teams all around Switzerland. And you never know what the future brings. So if you are in need of any pictures, even in motion or not, just let us know. We can send you an offer, and I'm pretty sure you got to be pretty happy about our productions too. A little advertising for ourselves. Thanks to our already signed channel members, and also thank you to you guys that are entertaining us in the chat too. Just feel free to discuss whatever you want. We got to shut you down if you get rude or something, but that should be clear. First and 10. And then there was a hop on the defensive side of the ball. Probably the offensive line moved first. Yes. So it's a false start against the offensive line, the Calanda Broncos. So it's first and 15 now for the Calanda Broncos. It doesn't make your life easier. And the Broncos getting their 5 yards back, so in German we call it a cat and mouse play. So going back and forth again. So it's against the defense this time. That's a 5-yard penalty. Broncos start over with the first and 10. Yes, move the ball. They need to score somehow. That's right. Even if it's just a field goal, that would have put the Broncos back in the game. Like, the Broncos are not out of the game, but that would put the Broncos back by 1 point. So one score either. So, but even a touchdown, I think it would take first and 10. Deep ball to the left, almost catched by, cannot see the number from here. I think it was Max Gray, yes. This kind of style to play. Was a little overthrown. How many can be on the field at once? About the imports, you are allowed to have 4 American players on the roster on CFL games, 2 on the field at the same time. So as for example, number 42 from the Parma Panthers, he's playing on both sides of the ball, playing running back and middle linebacker. Max Gray on the Broncos side, number 3, he's playing wide receiver and also DB usually. Stefan Handel, the power back, is powering his way through the middle. We're about like 5 yards, making it to a 3rd and 5 on the Parma 32-yard line. We saw before that the Broncos played twice the 4th down on almost similar parts of the field. But first we come up with the 3rd down. Brechte Bosere with the outside run, cutting back inside and getting their 1st down. Very lucky play for the Calanda Broncos. Defensive end of the Parma Panthers, number 3. He had both his hands on Brechte Bosere, but weren't able to stop him on that run. He little overpaced. Took a little bit too much responsibility about his contain. Was a little bit too far outside, so Brechte Bosere could cut back in. And taking that 1st down for the Calanda Broncos. So 1st and 10 on the Parma 31-yard line. A little more than 3.5 minutes left. 3:40 to be exact. So the Broncos might take as much time from the clock as they can. Motion back or shift back to the line. Brechte Bosere through the middle, cutting to the left, finding a hole for about 6 yards of gain. A lot of missed tackles, Paul Emilio Pacchini, yes, that's right. Or Pacchini, I'm sorry, my Italian is not that good. But yes, tackling is key in defense. Defensive line of the Panthers is bringing huge pressure to the offensive line of the Calanda Broncos. So this game is, like for now, is being played in the trenches. Both sides of the ball. Some kind of bear defense now with the 5-man defensive line, or like 3-man down, 2 on the 2-point stand. So Chase Andries taking off through the middle. He has his pulling guard, Michel Derungs, 198, like 6'6", and about 150 kilograms, so about 340 pounds. Left guard for the Calanda Broncos, leading the way for his quarterback, Chase Andries. He got tackled hard, got banged up a little, but this guy played like 8 months ago. He played in college in the States, so he's used to get tackled. The Schwäbisch Hall took the 21-7 lead recently, so looks like the Hull Unicorns. Oh, nice play from the Panthers defense again. Stopped the run very quickly from the Calanda Broncos. That was a hard tackle too. Three players of the offense from the Broncos get exchanged prior to the next play. Max Gray is back on the field. Moritz Boller, 29, is back on the field. Stefan Handel, 44, is back on the field. Pass to the right to Greg Kolanenko for the Calanda Broncos. He got tackled on about the 20-yard line, so the Broncos are back for the 3rd down and 9 for a new 1st down on the Parma Panthers 19-yard line. So pretty important down now again for both sides of the ball. Broncos for sure want to go for another 1st down or touchdown. The Panthers for sure want to stop that. There's a little bit more than 1 minute left on the clock. Pretty high snap, pass to Max Gray, and he couldn't wind out that tackle. Got tackled on about the 18-yard line. So it's 4th and 8 now for the Calanda Broncos. Clock is running. A little less than a minute on the clock. Looks like the Broncos want to take as much time down from that clock as possible. And playing that 4th down again. And then the Broncos taking a timeout, 34 seconds left on the clock. Second team timeout taken, so 1 timeout left for the Broncos. I'm not sure they're going to play the 4th down for, I would not bet on it. But that also might be some kind of trick play with Chase Andries as the holder on the kicking team. Eric Regay can for sure kick that far. And I will not take I will not bring the Panthers a pretty good starting position on the field. Field position if the Broncos would miss a field goal. But it's also, it's not impossible that the Broncos will play some fancy shit. Some fancy plays. They have, I'm pretty sure they have some in stock. And we will know in a couple seconds. Looks like they're coming with a regular offense formation, so no kicking team on the field. It's 4th and 8. 34 seconds left in that first half. Drop back from Chase Henry's path through the middle, and there is a touchdown, Max Gray. That's the play the Broncos offense was waiting for. Close to the half time. A late flag on the play, by the way. Could be some kind of taunting. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it, but it's after the play, so the touchdown will count for sure for the Calanda Broncos. Maybe they have to. Maybe they will add that. So let's see what the flag is for. The Whitehead is showing it to the stands. So it remains 4 down, so the touchdown does not count. Touchdown counts, but so the flag was during the play. No, touchdown counts. So the Broncos play now a PAT from the 18-yard line, so it's a 15-yard penalty actually. Let's see if Eric Roget can nail it from here. It would be the same distance they would have had before the penalty happened, so this ball is way too short. So maybe a good decision that they didn't kick the field goal, but a good decision they made the touchdown. So the Broncos took their first lead, not the first lead actually, it's the second one. They lead the game now. They lead by 2 points. It's a 9-7, very close game. It's 29 seconds left on the clock for the first half. Pretty sure the Broncos will try to kick the ball as far as they can to get the touchback. Yeah, there's a reason why you have 2 Americans on the field, Clyde. Because they got to get paid and they should have better deliver. Otherwise, you would not spend a lot of money on an import player if they would not be way better than the other players. So the Panthers have, as far as I know, 2 timeouts left. The Broncos have 1 timeout left for this half. 29 seconds, as I said. Nice kick from Eric Roget through the end zone. So touchback for the Parma Panthers, getting the ball on their own 20-yard line. Let's see how much they want to try to do with 29 seconds left and 2 timeouts to get again on the scoreboard in the first half of the game. Or if they decide to take the knee and end the half. Broncos got to defend, of course, very deep balls with high priority. Looks like the Panthers are playing. So there was a lot of space, and this ball wasn't complete. There was a late flag on the play. And as far as I saw from up here, the ball was on the ground when the receiver catched it. So, yeah, the replay. If it would be complete, the clock wouldn't stop. There was a penalty against the offense, holding penalty. So 10 yards back, actually half a distance. So that takes the ball back 10 more yards. So now it's a 1st and 20 for the Parma offense with 21 seconds left, 2 timeouts in their pocket. So, yes, let's see how much they want to play for it or how much they want to risk it. Late substitution on the Broncos. Looks like they got to kneel it down. And end the first half. Yes, so they start the clock, kneel it down with 20 seconds left. I'm pretty sure the Broncos will not take their last team timeout, and I'm very sure the Panthers will not take their timeouts too. So the Broncos go with a 9-7 lead into the halftime. Very well executed on both defenses. The Broncos defense as the Parma defense are very, very pressuring and very nice in shape, making the offenses as much trouble as they can. We got to be back in like 2 or 3 minutes with a little special interview you do not know about before. I didn't either. So, got to be back in a couple minutes. Thanks for watching and thanks for staying in.
Think that I'm a freak when I'm talking to myself, but it's like I was too weak to be someone else. You could think that I'm a creep when I'm singing all alone, but it's like I couldn't see straight on my own. When I fall, I start again, and when I feel like I'm just dead, and when I call, it comes again, and now I see it's in my head. Yeah, there's something that saves me all the time in my say. Yeah, it circles when I'm breaking down, like a whisper in my head, coming from out of nowhere, like a whisper in my head, when I've got something to share, like a whisper in my head, when I'm unable to speak, coming from somebody else. Now no, it is just stronger than myself. That's the way I have to live. Now they fall down every night in the end.
Halftime here in the booth, actually. We are on video too. Harley, welcome. Head of marketing from the Swiss American Football Federation. Clap.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
How are you doing? First time in Chur, actually?
You know, I was here before for a game a couple of years ago, but it's the first time at a CFL game, so
Nice.
very excited.
So what do you think about the game?
You know, it's very close. I was talking to your president, your president, the Calanda president,
Broncos
and
president, yeah.
Broncos president, and some of the other guys from the Calanda side before the game, and they were nervous a little bit, but confident. So, you know, not making bold predictions, but thinking that they had a shot, and clearly what we see on the field is that they do, and so fingers crossed that they can bring it home in the second half.
I hope so too. Like the game is played in the trenches, actually. The lines of both sides of the ball, defensive line of the Panthers, the offensive line of the Broncos, also the offensive line of the Panthers and defensive line of the Broncos. They're stepped up huge in that game. How about Swiss football in general? like Parma Panthers is a very well-known team all over Europe. Calanda BRONCOS, small country, Switzerland, almost 8 million people living here, competing with one of the big ones.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I was just up in Paris for the IFAF meeting a couple of weeks ago, and I got to tell you, even though, you know, now we have ELF coming up and all kinds of stuff happening with big teams and big names, people know who the Calanda BRONCOS are. And I think that a win today will just continue to build that reputation.
Yeah.
And for us, from the Federation and just in general as a fan of American football in Switzerland, it's nice to see a team on the field putting up this kind of performance in Switzerland.
And you know, like you play football by yourself too. You know how football works.
I did.
You know how football works. Like, people are not complaining, but they're talking about American Empire players. We have now Max Gray, one of probably the best receivers the Broncos ever had to play for, and Chase Andrews with a very good quarterback also on the feet.
Yeah.
They are the stars for now on that team, on that game today. They cannot play on the same side of the ball than the Swiss Championship actually, because it's a huge difference. But as an American Empire player, these are the games you want to take, and you want to show what you're here for, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is good. What do the Broncos need to take the win at home?
You know, if I was Jeff, I would spread it out a little bit more, maybe do some draw plays, but I'm not a coach. You know, I'm just a fan. You know, I'm a Monday morning quarterback playing some Madden. You know, I haven't actually played in the game in a couple of years. And when I played in the SAF, it was in the C and the B League, not at this level.
Okay.
It's a completely different level.
It's a hard-fought game for sure.
Yeah,
it will be a
absolutely.
hard-fought game in the second half. The Parma Panthers will get the ball first.
Yeah.
So the Broncos will kick off. Would you be surprised if the Broncos would do some kind of onside kick?
Ooh, that's
would
risky.
not be the first time, actually.
That's risky. Let's see. Let's see. That would be exciting.
But this is what Jeff is known for. Clive, thank you very much for the short little interview in that break. Enjoy the halftime break. Enjoy the second half of the game. And hope to see you back in Chur again soon.
Yeah, no, listen, it's been fun. I have to give a shout-out as well to one of my former teammates, Mike. Mike is down there, Big Mike, for the Broncos.
Mike Souza?
That's right, and he and I played
nice
at the Lacote Centurions, a small team many years ago, and then he went on to Geneva, and here he is now. It's nice to see the growth of the game and players from Switzerland.
He was our guide in Geneva the week before because we had to play with the women's in Geneva, and he just sent me some suggestions to do in Geneva. He's a very nice guy, actually.
Very nice guy. So let's go Broncos. Happy to be here, and
happy to
thanks for having me here.
Thanks for having you
All
here.
right.
Have a good game. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of the CEFL Central European Football League semi-final, played in beautiful city of Chur in Switzerland. Calanda BRONCOS, the home team, playing against the Parma Panthers. The Broncos are up 9-7. They had a last-minute touchdown on the first half, and we just got a score update in from the other semi-final. The Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns are up 21-19 against the Paris Flash. The Broncos will kick off the second half because the Parma Panthers won the coin toss on the first before the game. Like, they choose to refuse and take the second half option, getting the ball on the second half with their offense first. There's a deep kick from Eric Reget to the goal line of the Parma Panthers. There is a flag on the play. The tackle has been made at about the 22-yard line. Returner Sylvester Ampoma for the Parma Panthers. Just to let you know, I got a new roster. I'm still not sure if the roster is right or not. Just let me know if you know that, or I pronounce you wrong players with wrong numbers. Just let me know. So the flag is pushing the back, like blocking the back from the returning team. So this will be a half a distance penalty for the Parma Panthers, and the ball will be put on about maybe the 6 or 7 yard line. Oh, it's actually the 10-yard line. So they take the 20-yard line as the line of fouls, so it's like the 19.5-yard line. So the Broncos defense can now, or have to, do their best as they did the whole game long against the Parma Panthers offense. Parma Panthers offense, they probably found something in the halftime break to make their offense game work better a little more too. Run to the middle left from number 42. That should be Dawson Dales. As I mentioned in the first half, he's playing both sides of the ball almost every snap. He's an American import player too for the Parma Panthers. Leading his way now for about 6 yards of gain to 2nd and 4. Motion play. There is a little off timing with receiver and quarterback. Quarterback should be Brooke Balls, number 2. So 2 yards of gain. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. And the Broncos fans are awake, back from burgers and beer, and making as much noise as possible to cheer up their own defense. There's a run through the middle. Number 42 again. And he could manage a 1st down very well. A lot of people on a gang tackling here. 1st down Panthers. Yeah, the Broncos stopped the run from the Panthers on the first half. The Panthers now continue to play these run games until the Broncos bring up more people to the front. So actually no safety on the Broncos, not a single DB deep. The most deep DB is about 8 yards deep. And it's a passing down. That ball was a little off. The timing was not perfect, and that play was number 88, intended receiver Dario Zatti. That could caught the ball. It was a heavy run formation for the Panthers, but they decided to make a pass out of it. 2nd and 10. Pressure from the Broncos. Run to the left side of the line. Quarterback number 2, Brooke Bolts, taking that ball, keeping that ball for like a 3-yard gain. So 3rd and 7 to go for the Parma Panthers. A lot of pressure shown from the Broncos defense. 3-man line, 2 linebackers walking up to the line. Oh, bad snap, but still a pass to the left. Couldn't get caught from number 88. Again from the Panthers, so Dario Zatti wasn't able to make a grab on that ball. There's a lot of discussions on the field happen. So might be a 4th down for the Panthers. That's a punting down. So the Broncos defense shut down the Panthers offense on their first drive in the second half. Pretty important stop for the Calanda Broncos defense. Now the Broncos have too many men on the field. They're actually 12, so Nate Fulverius was sent to the field with number 35, but nobody was missing, so 12 is definitely one too much. And Coach Durazo sent him to the field, but he forgot about the returner. So this happens sometimes. Luckily, the Broncos took the timeout before the ref whistled that ball free, so it's not an illegal substitution then. If it would be a 5-yard penalty, it would still not be a first down for the Panthers, but now the Broncos are with 11 men on the field, but already down with 1 timeout now, so just 2 timeouts left. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook channel, our Instagram channel. We still do not have an OnlyFans account, and my boss is laughing at me every time I tell you that, but you never know. Next grade tries to return that ball, but wasn't really successful. So the Broncos will start their drive, their first drive in the second half on about the 15-yard line, their own 15-yard line, of course. If you got any questions, any additional informations, anything I need to know to make your life as a consumer of this live stream better, just let me know. Just send to our Instagram or Facebook page a DM, or just put your notes into the chat on YouTube. To interact with you guys is always the most fun part of every live stream. Run through the middle, break the Bozere with a very, very well executed run through the middle. Got tackled by Giovanni Gaccialuppi, I think. I'm sorry, Italians, if I pronounce your names wrong. Some kind of Italian we learn at school, but not a lot actually. So just forgive me, or just correct me, as I said in the chat, if I do something really wrong. So 1st and 10 in Parma Panthers territory. Broncos with a 3-receiver set to the left, 1 to the right, 1 man in the backfield. Chase Andrews taking off, trying to take off, but not a huge gain. Got about 1 yard. It's pretty hard to run for Chase today, actually. Even the left side of the offensive line of the Calanda Broncos is about as 4 elephants. You still need to find a hole, and they still need to block the guys in front of them. Moving up to the second level is a pretty nice thing as an offensive lineman, but care about the first level first. So this is, oh, that was, he slipped on the field. That was option, power option play. So Chase Andrews could have kept the ball. And it was actually played to the left side of the Calanda Broncos. Was some kind of power because it was the center that pulled around his offensive line. Tried to get a tackle or get a block done. So we have 3rd and 10 already for the Calanda Broncos. Chase Henry's getting the ball off to Brechtebosere to the right side. He was his emergency receiver if nobody downfield is open. So he made about a 40-yard gain on that play. So Broncos playing the 4th down for the 4th time of that game in Parma territory. And there is one player down with the Broncos jersey. I cannot see his number right now. It's looks like number 5. I'm not sure yet. It's Brechtebosere, the running back. That got hurt on the last play. He was already banged up before the game. Looks like his injury popped up again. His right leg looks like hip or ankle or knee. All parts of the leg actually. But yeah. But he's limping off the field. He's limping on his own feet, so maybe we got to see him back. The medical staff of the Broncos will do the best to get him back on the field, of course. The Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns took a 27-21 lead. I have actually no information about how long that game will be played again. And ooh, that was completely off timing with receivers and quarterback on that 4th down play for the Broncos. It's supposed to be the same play we already saw today. It's 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. I just got the information on the Schwäbisch Hall Paris game. So the Parma Panthers will start their 2nd drive in the 2nd half from their own 35-yard line right now. Let's see what they have against the defense of the Calanda Broncos. There weren't a lot of big passing plays in that game until now. Triple receiver set to the right, some kind of bunch or stack formation. Run through the middle, 42 again, hard to stop a guy like Dawson Dales when he's running. Pretty massive body and pretty fast takeoff too. So 2nd and about 4.5 yards to go. Broncos showing some outside pressure with Morgan Moore, number 20, and there's a very nice, well-executed play from Marco Musio, the defensive end of the Calanda Broncos. A very late flag on the play. Might be a penalty against the offense from Parma because the quarterback of the Parma Panthers was yelling at the white hat. And number 97 from the Broncos, Marco Musio, got a little injured on the last play. So probably maybe his air get away. So that's a sack. So let's see what the penalty's for. It looks like a face mask. Okay, we have a penalty against the Parma Panthers. As I said, it's a personal penalty, personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against probably number 2, the quarterback of the Panthers. It's a 15-yard penalty actually, but from the previous spot. I don't know why, but it has been enforced from the previous spot and not from the spot they got sacked at. Even it was a dead ball foul. But it ends up in a 3rd and 20 for the Parma Panthers defense. Deep pass. But there is no receiver there. When the ball was there, there's a late flag on the play. This is actually a flag against the Parma Panthers again. So the Broncos will decline the penalty, taking the 4th down. It's probably called as a holding. It was some kind of wrestle down a player. He's holding on offense. Yes, the penalty is declined by the Broncos. So it ends up again with a 4th down, more than 20 actually, for the Parma Panthers. Broncos defense again, very, very well executed, very well coached too, with a little luck with these 2 penalties. Like a holding happens from time to time. Max Gray again. Oh, again, instead of just waving his hand and taking like the ball out of the air, secure it at the 28, 29-yard line, he tries to return. Of course, if he breaks out, he's done, he's gone. But is it worth the risk? Also because he's still a little banged up. He told me yesterday that he's fine to go. He's excited to finally play football again. And also finally play on the offensive side of the ball. So Broncos with a 1st and 10 now. There's an option play with Chase Andrews and the quarterback. He tries to take the ball by himself and run through the middle. Didn't got a lot of gain, but the clock started. That's maybe one reason Jeff Buffum has chosen to take a play like that. Paulo Emilio, thank you very much for the information. Panthers QB is playing with an injured hand and cannot throw that good. So this is hard to play for a quarterback when you get an injured hand, even if, especially if it's a throwing hand. Back in the days, it was 2010 actually. The Parma Panthers played in Chur on the IFAF Cup back then. And on the week before that game, the quarterback of the Calanda BRONCOS, Marko Glavic, he got his thumb injured. And then his brother, who was playing for the Broncos too, at the same time, he had to take over the role and playing quarterback for his team. And the Calanda BRONCOS actually won that game, because later then they won the final against the Culture Crusaders. That was in Chur. That pass was a little off to Celeste Conceprio, number 1, and Max Gray, number 3 from the Broncos were down there. But the ball was almost intercepted by number 37 from the Panthers, Flavio Zanardi, leading to a 4th down for the Calanda BRONCOS. So it's a defensive battle now, we can call it as it is. In the 3rd quarter, like 4 minutes to go, a little more than 4 minutes to go. The Broncos are 11 men now on the field on the punt team. Jason Reese is doing the punt. And this punt is very high, very good hang time. Fair catch signal from the designated returner. Looks like it's number 99, Francesco Rugani from the Parma Panthers. Doing a smart move, waving his hand, securing the ball out of the air, taking the fair catch on the own 20-yard line. So Parma Panthers offense now again. So which defense makes the first big mistake? That's the question right now. Because the Calanda BRONCOS defense looked pretty sharp. The Parma Panthers defense looked pretty sharp. Both sides, both offenses are not out of, but some kind of limited in their options. Also because the defenses are executing them well. One leads to another. So let's see what the Panthers try to do. Heavy formation. A lot of people close to the line of scrimmage. Run from the quarterback to the middle, and he broke free. And this is a very, very big play from Brooke Bolts that runs the ball until the 30-yard line of the Calanda Broncos. They're a little more than 30-yard run, giving his team a 1st and 10 in Broncos territory on the 30-yard line. Very well executed play. Very well blocking work from the receiver core of the Panthers. There's a shift. There is a 6th offensive lineman on the field actually with number 71 playing some kind of tight end role. So run goes to the left. Like the only thing probably that run can be stopped is ripping off the ball carrier's hand, because loading the box even more. The Broncos do not have a lot of really big body type linebackers on their squad, so let's see what kind of receipt they find for that. Still, 6 offensive linemen on the field for the Parma Panthers. Number 71 on the right. Also with the wingback, number 88 again. That shift before the play. And this time it's the quarterback himself taking the ball up through the middle, making it a 1st down for the Parma Panthers. So Parma Panthers now in the red zone of the Calanda Broncos. It's 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line. As long as you're able to run the ball like 5, 6, 7 yards each play, just do it. As hard football tactics sometimes is, as long as your running game is working, keep pounding. And again, this time off to the left. And again, for a decent yardage, about 8 yards. Carry, 7 yards. So, 2nd and 3 about. Parma Panthers keeping that 6-man offensive line formation, shifting before the play, this time from left to the right. But there are options on that play. So this time it's the touchdown for number 42. Dawson Dales that runs into the end zone. There was not a single pass play on that last drive of the Parma Panthers offense, and the Broncos defense wasn't able to stop that run plays. This makes you tired as a defense. It also makes you tired as the offense, but if you never played football, and especially not on the line on either side of the ball, on the offense you always know what's coming up. You always know what you want to do, but you never know on defense. So it's defensive is always reacting, and that hurries you up even more than offense, playing offense. That kick was through the upright, so the Panthers now with a 5-point lead, leading 14-9. A little more than 1.5 minutes left on that 3rd quarter of the CEFL semi-final here in Chur, Switzerland. Calanda Broncos will get the ball, try to return as good as they can, or either take the touchback to get the ball safely on the 20-yard line. Max Gray, Melvin Sassi, I think, if I see it right, yes, are the returners, the designated returners for the Calanda Broncos. Number 10, Matteo Felli is kicker of the Parma Panthers. Two minutes left on the other semi-final. Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns leading 28-21 to the Lokomotiv Flash. So if it stays like that, the Schwäbisch Hall Unicorn will be on the final again after the last time the CEFL was played 3 years ago. There's a flag on the field, probably an offside from the kicking team. And I'm not 100% sure about the rules on international games. Usually there's a 5-yard drop back and you have to kick again from the 30-yard line then, or you can take these 5 yards to the end of the kick. So that means on the enforcing spot, the 20-yard line would end up on the 25-yard line for the Calanda BRONCOS. There's actually no flag on the play. So the Broncos will play their first down on their own 20-yard line, starting the next offensive drive very soon. The offense of the Calanda Broncos are now in responsibility to produce something to make the game more interesting again. Maybe taking back the lead. Chase Andrews rolling out to the right, getting his ball to Greg Kolaneko. He's taking his first down catch, I think. He looks like they're rolling it a first down for the Calanda Broncos. So very nice executed play too. Rollout pass is a good thing to do. A good thing to do if you get a lot of pressure from the offensive line. Just run away from the big boys, from the defensive line, of course, and get rid of them and throw the ball then. The Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns took the 35-21 lead, so 2-score lead now for the Unicorns in the auto game. That most likely means the Unicorns will advance to the final. Very well executed play from the safety here. Flavio Zanardi again, that almost picked off Chase Andrews, and he would have been gone if he would have picked that ball. Moritz Boller, the intended receiver, couldn't get a hand on him or the ball. So it's 2nd and 10. One minute, 11 seconds left on the third quarter. This time, that was almost an interception again, but this ball was probably batted to the ground first. Let's see, I can see it on the replay. Yes, the ball was on the ground. So again, this pass from Chase Henry wasn't as accurate as he throws usually. So 3rd and 10. For the Calanda Broncos now. Trying to get that offense work somehow. Kenneth Muzio catch that ball. He stepped out of bounds on about the 1-yard line, like 1 yard short to the first down. So this is not a first down for the Broncos. It's a 4th and 1. And the Broncos have more than 1 quarter left, so this would be a very risky play. Broncos bring in 2 running backs, 2 more running backs. And probably they try to fool the defense of the Panthers to force a free play. Panthers are loading the box. Oh, the Broncos are playing it. There is Tino Muckwheeler. And Tino Muckwheeler, he is a fucking beast. Sorry for my words, but he's like 37 years old. And he stepped over the line, get that first down, somehow done for the Calanda Broncos. That was Awesome. He used to be with me in the booth too on some games, but then he decided to go back on the field. And he's just like a machine, wrestling his body somehow to the first down. Wow, very well executed. Actually, very risky play for the Calanda Broncos because the Panthers showed a lot of pressure up front. First down Broncos. Thank you, XLM. Very proud to present you that stream. Max Gray as the running back, doing some double option. Eric Rogette's getting that ball. Get hit. But first down Broncos. So these are the plays Jeff Buffum has in his back pocket. And on recent situations of a game, he pulled them out. And yes, usually they work. So looks like the Panthers, no, there's no timeout. Actually, the fourth quarter is coming up. So the Panthers are up at 14-9 as a visiting team here in Chur at the Calanda Broncos home stadium. 12 more minutes of CEFL football here in Chur. Calanda Broncos offense have a new first down already in Panthers territory. With that, let's call it a trick play, some kind of flea flicker. Starting at the Panthers 34-yard line with the first down. I'm not sure Brecht de Bozere, number 5, running back for the Broncos, is still in the game or not. I cannot see him on the sideline, either on the field. Well, he is on the sideline. Just found him. Hopefully he can be back on the field soon. That was a false start actually, yes. To be fair, number 29 wasn't sad and he stepped to the line. That's Moritz Poller. He's one of the receivers that stepped in on the last game because the Broncos were short on receivers. And he's not very... He wasn't ready for that play. So this is 1st and 15 now. 3 players to the right, trips right for the Broncos. 1 to the left, running back in the backfield. Short pass to the left side, very well. Good catch from Kenneth Muzio, number 17 from the Calanda Broncos. Getting these important downs twice now. He had a very important catch for the Calanda Broncos. Very well executed too. 2nd and about 7 yards to go for the Calanda Broncos. Trips right again. And Chase Henry's taking off. And he had to slide down for -1 yard on that play. So that was a little misunderstanding probably between him and his receivers. So that's a 3rd and 8 now for the Calanda Broncos. Trips to the left this time. Stefan Handel, that's the running back. What a nice play. This is Max Gray is getting the ball in his hands, and like on the same split second he got the ball, he got tackled from Ricardo De Mas from the Parma Panthers. Very nice tackle. Very nice play by the offense, very nice play by the defense. Yeah, this is Central European Football League, presented by Native Crew, live stream partner of the Calanda Broncos for today. Ref is a clown. I don't know what his hobbies are, but I do not see the red nose out down here. This is a deep ball to the end zone. Very, very well defended. Like, not just very well, this is perfectly defended from number 27 from the Panthers, Francesco Vasini, who took out Max Gray on that play. This would have been the touchdown number 2 for Max Gray, but this was just great coverage from the Parma Panthers. Broncos are using their trips formation now in almost every play. Run from Stefan Hanel, tries to bounce to the left, but he got tackled for a loss. Giovanni Caccialuppi again made that stop, heading to a 3rd down, and now 13 yards to go for the Calanda Broncos. Third and 13 for the Broncos offense now. Pass through the middle. This is Max Gray again. This is the Chase Andrews Max Gray time of the game. They have so great connection together. Again, this play was very good executed from the defense, almost perfect coverage, but the ball was placed as precise as you can place a ball to a receiver's breast. So this is unbelievable football we see here from both sides of the ball, actually. So let's see what the Calanda Broncos have to finally get again into the end zone. Option play. Stefan Hanel getting about a 3-yard gain. This is what you want from a play like that, 3 to 4 yard gain. So you're getting close to the end zone. You take a lot of time off the clock as much as possible, because if you're down on players, you do not want to play too long. And you make your game not as obvious when you need to go like 30 yards to the end zone. It's pretty obvious you get a pass done. But now you have options with passes, either play action passes or runs. Chase Andrews taking off. There's a flag on the field. Looks probably like a flag against the Calanda Broncos offensive line. Holding. A lot of traffic in the middle of the field. So there's no flag on the play. So then we will come to a 3rd and 5 for the Calanda Broncos. Close to the end zone of the Panthers. So the Broncos offense is short of a player, I think. Oh, they're not short of a player. Taking a timeout. Second team timeout taken in the second half. One they had to take on the 1 punt return because there were too many men on the field. Now they take the second team timeout. 7 minutes, 57 seconds. So a little less than 8 minutes left on that semifinal. On the other semifinal, Schwäbisch Hall Unicorn beat the Luckerner Flash 35-21. So the Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns are the first team in the finals of that CEFL 2022. Now getting probably on that stream too to see who will be their opponent in the final. Either the Calanda Broncos with 9 points or the Parma Panthers leading with 14 points. So it's a 5-point lead by the Panthers. Pretty unusual lead for a football game. Well, it's also a pretty unusual game. Like, not as unusual as others, but a lot of different situations. A lot of special things happened today. Broncos now with the 3rd and goal, 5 yards to go. Trying to get that ball somehow in the end zone of the Parma Panthers. Shift before the play was snapped. Stefan handled reverse play to Eric Reget, throwing a pass to Chase Henrys, and this pass is complete. They rule it. They rule it complete or not. This is should have been a completion in my eyes as far as I saw. He was in control of the ball. He was pushed out of bounds. Okay, we maybe see the replay. Well, they were actually both feet inbound, so this is I would not say, well, yeah. The Broncos got, I would not say ripped, but the Broncos lost against the Swarker Raiders years ago with a similar call like that, where the receiver wasn't ruled in bounds. And this is actually pretty hard to see when referees, they do not have any replays. That's okay. This is football. But it was a completion, actually. We saw it on the video. But yeah, well, you cannot change calls from the ref, so that's a 4th down now for the Calanda Broncos. They got to play the 4th down, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty mad about that decision. So Chase Henrys dropping back, getting a pass to Melvin Sassi, but he couldn't handle the ball. So the Broncos defense is now in charge to handle that game. The Parma Panthers offense will step on the field on their own 5-yard line, making it as hard as possible for the Broncos defense. Yeah, horrible call. You're right. Look away. It's easier when you have replay. We all know about that on the field. You rule what you see. There is not a single referee that will do any bad calls on purpose. If you do not see it in bounds, you just do not see it in bounds. And if you see it in bounds, you just do. So now the Broncos fans are cheering up the defense of the Calanda Broncos. This is a free play actually, but this was contact before, so this should be in whistle death too. So I cannot understand that, because usually a free play with contact is an automatic whistle down of the play. So this play should have been that way before the catch was made. There is a lineman down on the side of the Panthers as far as I see. So the Panthers will decline that penalty, of course. They will take the ball on the 50-yard line. Another questionable decision, because this rule is made to protect your quarterback, and when the quarterback get a hand on because of a false start or the offside of a defense, and yeah. It's actually not 2 feet, Paolo. It's NCAA rules. 2 feet is only NFL rules and ELF rules, but not college football rules and not international football rules. So 1 feet in bounds is enough. Looks like the player got up on his own feet. It's number 68 as far as I see. Offensive lineman, or 60 something. Maybe 60. Elia Cariola. Yeah, linemen get hurt a lot on their lower body, so knees and ankles and hips are not very well protected by any protector, so yeah, Peter, you're right. The second feet got out of bounds, but as I said, this is NFL rules you're talking about. This is not NCAA rules. First and 10 for the Parma Panthers on the 50-yard line. Running through the middle, number 42 again, jumping over his defender. getting tackled with a new first down on the 34-yard line, and there's a late flag on the play. It's getting a little dirty now. There's a lot of talk down. And probably it's against number 71 or 72 from Parma. It's Michele Bianchi, who lost a little bit his control. And this happens on situations like that. This is a hard penalty for the Panthers, actually, because the 15-yard penalty. And they will be taken back because it was after the play. It's like a dead ball foul, but the first down will be moved back to the 42-yard line about. This is actually not a smart penalty. There are a couple penalties in football, they are smart. So first and 10 for the Parma Panthers now on their own 42, or call it 47-yard line. Broncos showing late pressure in the middle, bouncing outside, getting tackled right after the 50-yard line. So like a 5-yard, 6-yard gain again on that run. It's pretty hard to stop the run for the Calanda Broncos, especially with that heavy offense formation. From the Parma Panthers. They're still with 6 offensive linemen on the field. Number 71, Damiano Valotta, is the 6th offensive lineman. This time on the right side of the line, helping his teammates to run that ball as good as possible. And then there's a fancy tackle to number 2, the quarterback of the Panthers, Brooke Bowles. That was tackled on the first down on the 33-yard line of the Broncos now. The Broncos didn't found a receive against that heavy offensive formation from the Panthers yet. They have two very, very decent runner. Number 42, Dawson Dales, and number 2, Brooke Bowles. Both can run the ball. 42 is a hell of a player. He's a body type of a bullet, like of a cannonball. And the quarterback number 2, he is as good as a runner too. So both American players on the offensive side of the Parma Panthers are now taking their responsibility for the game. They're taking as much time off the clock as possible too. No, that's a pitch play to the left, and that's a tackle from Amedi Parolini, the safety of the Calanda Broncos. But there was a flag before the play. So it's a tackle for a loss. The Broncos might decline that penalty. Might be an illegal formation on the Panthers. Let's see what the refs are talking. Too much talks to the refs from players in my mind, but looks like he just wanted to know what the call was actually. It's a 5-yard drop back, so it's 1st and 15 now. Receiver coming to the outside, number 80. And there's the handoff again through the middle. And I said it before, like probably the only thing that can stop that run is a fumble. Well, 226 Webster, actually the refs are, it's only one I think from Switzerland. I do not know the rest of the crew. There are some Italian refs here I know. Probably some Germans. I would not put that game on the ref's hand, but there were like 2 holes that were at least questionable. Our shift to the right side of the offensive line, 2nd and 11. Number 2 is going outside, and he's got a... Oh, it's 42 actually. That got the handoff and almost made it to the first down again. So how you can stop that heavy run? This is probably the biggest question of the game right now, because the Broncos are down by 5 points. If they keep the Panthers to a field goal, it will be an 8-point lead then, so still manageable. If the Panthers do a touchdown, a little more than 4 minutes left on the clock, I'm pretty sure that would be the game then. Well, it's exactly 4 minutes left on the 4th quarter, 3rd and 1 for the Parma Panthers, and there is no way to stop that inside run for the Calanda Broncos. And number 42 is almost making his way again to the end zone. 1 yard short to another touchdown. This play might be the game. Mark Herman, as far as I saw, as he had the ball in his hands when he got up back on his feet. So I know what you are talking about. So losing the control of a ball while in a catch or while going out of bounds, that doesn't mean you had control, or that doesn't mean you didn't have control of the ball, so it would be an incompletion then, but they ruled him out of bounds actually. The sign they did wasn't out of bounds. And this is the touchdown for the Parma Panthers that most likely could be the game. It's a 29 lead now, 22-9, another 29 lead. So it's 11 points right now. They gotta be kick probably, because then they make it a 22-point lead. No, 20, a 12-point lead. So the Broncos would need then 2 touchdowns. Very, very hard-fought game here in Chur for both teams, with a little more advantage for the Parma Panthers now. Getting that PAT done too, so it's 21-9 now. 12-point lead for the Panthers. Very hard game played. And the Panthers are in a huge advantage. There's a little more than 3.5 minutes left. The Broncos already spent 2 of their team timeouts, so they have just 1 left. That also means that they need to be pretty fast to go to the end zone if they want. Well, of course they want to go to the end zone, but we will see what the offense of the Broncos can do against that very, very hard playing defense of the Parma Panthers. The Broncos had a score on the last drive that was ruled back by the refs because he was pushed out of bounds. They ruled Chase Henry's as a receiver out of bounds. There we go, got thrown a pass to him. Questionable decision, of course. But this is football. You can have questionable things on both sides of the ball all game long. You still have to play. The refs do not score, and the refs do not defend passes, so the Broncos offense now. I'm pretty sure they are fired up and hot as they can be. And try to do everything they can to make at least a score. Here, as far as I saw, the sign of the refs was the out of bounds sign, so they ruled him out of bounds. This is a deep ball to Greg Coloneco, and both players are on the ball, so the rule says it's the It's the receiver's ball. That I cannot understand right now, because the rule says completely that when both players have the hands on, and Jeff Boffin, the head coach of the Calanda Broncos, is yelling at the refs, and he knows about the rules too. And the rule, if I'm not 100% wrong, when both players have the ball on the head, hands on the ball, it's always the receiver's ball. So let's see what the White is doing. Is first down. It's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Calanda Broncos. But the Broncos remain possession. So, yeah, this is questionable again. And this is like, that should not be in games like that, honestly. I would do not complain against the refs. I was a ref for myself, and I know how hard it is to make. Oh no, they give the ball to the Panthers actually. Okay, so yeah, then, well, looks like they rule it as an interception. Yeah, Paulo, you're probably right. I didn't saw the replay actually. The rule applies when both go the same time to the ball. So probably this rule did not apply on that specific play. There's a bounce out of bounds, a bounce to the right, not out of bounds, running the ball through the middle of the field. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left. First down actually. Either way, very well executed from the defense of the Parma Panthers, taking or picking Chase Andrews again, the second time this game. The Broncos are for sure trying to get somehow in possession of that ball. 2 minutes 45 left. And the quarterback is taking all himself. There is no yardage on that play. Got stopped, slipped a little too. But the clock's running. Broncos only have one timeout left. There will be no 2-minute warning. Okay, Fede, I didn't saw it honestly. There is a pole right in front of me where the situation happened. I just saw that both players had their hands on the ball, but I didn't saw it was on the same time actually. So please forgive me if I'm wrong on that. But as I said, very well executed from the Panthers. Broncos are still trying to stop that run somehow, but it's hard to stop a cannonball like 42. He has run the ball about, feels like he has run the ball about 100 times today. Broncos taking the lost team timeout they have, so giving the defense a little bit of air. How much time is left, Bill? It's actually 1 minute 51. The Broncos have no timeout left, so they need to stop right now. Need to score pretty fast, and then need to onside kick. Recover and score pretty fast again with no timeouts left. So hard mission for the Calanda Broncos right now. 1:51, 1 minute 51, 1 minuta 51, 1 minute 51. The Panthers are up with 12 points. The running game of the Panthers is almost unstoppable. Since the second half, they decided to put 6 offensive linemen on the field and running that ball, running on almost every play. That tires out the defense, of course, especially a 3-man front. That also tires out defensive coordinators because you have to fill these holes. And again, a run through the middle, and it looks like It's a first down. We'll see what the refs rule it. There are still discussions on the field with the refs. Way too much talking with the refs. It's first down Panthers, so that's a game actually. Panthers have 1 minute 47, so they can kneel it down. They can either go back to their own end zone, taking that safety and giving the Broncos a safety punt, and then the clock would be done. Taking the knee, and there's a flag on the field. Because they took the knee, and looks like the linebacker of Calanda Broncos just shoot it through the line. This is, well, we don't have to call it, but this is unnecessary too. You know how a victory formation looks like. And the flag is, yeah, it's okay. It's not necessary. It doesn't make anything better on that game, and it doesn't make you look good on tape too. So you better should not do that too often. So there are talks to the head coach of the Parma Panthers. Looks like they want to take a runoff because of the penalty. Because they're the team in lead. It was hard to stop the run, as I said, in the second half for the Calanda Broncos. It was actually not hard. It was they couldn't stop. They didn't found anything they could put on the field to stop the run of the Parma Panthers offense. This is a heavy, heavy run offense with the injured quarterback with his hand injury. Thanks for that information, by the way. These are the kind of information we love during a game because these are insider informations, and yeah. That's what we like, that's what we love, because we all love the sport of football. We love to provide you that stream. We love to provide you every other stream, every upcoming stream this season, until the last game is played, until the last snap is snapped. We gotta be with you, most likely in German language for the Swiss League. In international games, we try to provide you the stream in English language, so everyone can understand, or like everyone, almost everyone can understand. Also me. So first down again for the Panthers. They're going on the knee again. Clock starts. It's 1:31 actually left, so they can take away 40 seconds each of the kneel downs they do. Actually, it's 25 seconds. I'm sorry. So the Parma Panthers will advance to the final against the Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns with that away win against the Calanda Broncos here in Chur, Switzerland. 50 seconds left on the clock, so they can just kneel it down. You need to let the clock run down. I'm fine with that, but you can also just like say, okay, the game is done. Don't risk any stupid actions anymore, or again, just whistle the game to an end. And looks like the white hat is taking the ball up through the air and end this game. So the Parma Panthers won a very hard-fought game, 21-9. This was a game, probably one of the better games ever played in Chur. It was a back and forth with defenses, both sides of both teams very well playing. There were some, discussable decisions, but as it is in football, you still need to play 4 quarters of football, and it doesn't matter how bad or good the Zebra crew is, you still need to put up points to the board. And with 9 points on the board, it's hard to win a game. Thank you very much to discuss with us. Thank you very much to join in for that stream. Thank you very much for all the thing you're doing for us. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for letting us know what you think about the stream. And thanks for joining in soon next week. Calanda Broncos against the Bern Grizzlies. Actually the leader of the Swiss League coming in town and trying to keep the lead on. Thank you very much. Enjoy the long weekend with the Monday off, at least here in Switzerland. Hopefully you too. Enjoy football, and thank you very much for joining into the stream. Have a nice weekend. Over and out.